Brady versus Manning is always a great spectacle, and following the 43-21 loss the Broncos suffered on New England's home field this Sunday that just passed, it sparked a debate that's had often, but now it is the perfect time to address. Who is the better quarterback all time, on an all-time level? Is it Peyton Manning or Tom Brady? Now, you really can't lose with either, but I'll tell you who is greater all time and why next. Welcome back to the Best Damn Sports Blog. Back again to talk NFL. This time, though, it will be an NFL debate following the Patriots and Broncos showdown on Sunday, in which the Patriots pounded on the Broncos 43-21. But the question is, who is the greater quarterback all time? Tom Brady or Peyton Manning? Now, I've seen a post recently with the journalist saying one season, they won Peyton Manning. One game, they won Tom Brady. Now, on the surface, I agree with that, but then I thought into it more. One season, I want Tom Brady as well as I want him for one game. Why? Because every season comes down to one game, whether it's a playoff game or even if it's week 17 and it's a must-win situation to get into the playoffs. Every season comes down to one game, every meaningful season. And for that reason alone, I would take Brady over Manning in any situation. Now, that's not a knock to Peyton Manning, because I believe he's the best regular season quarterback the NFL has ever seen. Peyton Manning puts up gaudy numbers each and every year consistently. So I give him that. He is by far the greatest NFL regular season quarterback to date. And he is an all-time great. But on an all-time scale, Tom Brady is the better quarterback. All right, let's just start off with their projections coming into the league. Peyton Manning was a number 1 overall pick, and he was even deemed the best quarterback prospect coming into the league since John Elway. So Peyton had the hype, the hoopla, and he had the belief from the Indianapolis Colts. Tom Brady, on the other hand, he was a 6th-round pick, passed up by every team 5 different times, and the Patriots finally took him in the 6th round, I believe somewhere around the 199th pick. So there were no type of expectations for Tom Brady coming into this league from the New England Patriots. And in Tom Brady's documentary, Bill Belichick said the only reason he kept Tom Brady around was because of how hard he was working, how dedicated he was to get better. Other than that, Tom Brady might not even be in the league if it wasn't for Drew Bledsoe going down to injury. So Tom Brady, he seized his opportunity, and he has not looked back since. Peyton Manning was handed an opportunity. Now, that's not to take away from Peyton Manning, but those are just the facts. And when I think about an all-time quarterback, and I compare quarterbacks all time, the first thing I go to is postseason success. Because the regular season is all fine and dandy when you're playing teams like the Oakland Raiders from time to time, teams like the New York Jets. But I want to see what you do against the best competition when everything is on the line. So postseason success is what matters most to me when I'm talking all-time quarterbacks. Who is better? So let's go to postseason success. Tom Brady has 3 Super Bowl rings to Peyton Manning's 1 Super Bowl ring. Tom Brady has even won back-to-back championships. And Tom Brady's 2 losses in the Super Bowl, when he left the field, the Patriots were leaving. So therefore, he had nothing to do with the loss. Their defense did not stop Eli both trips, which resulted in losses, which caused Brady to have a 3-2 playoff record, which is still better than Peyton Manning's 1-2 playoff record, where he threw a costly interception against the Saints to lose one. And in the other, we know the Seahawks just put a pounding, 43-8 on the Broncos. That one wasn't even close. And Peyton Manning's lone Super Bowl win came against the Bears, led by Rex Grossman. Now, I'm not going to take away from Peyton Manning, But let's just keep that into perspective. Rex Grossman was the starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears when Peyton Manning won his first and only Super Bowl ring. And I also have some other stats that you all should take a listen to. Brady's 42 postseason touchdowns are 3 short of Montana's record, and it's also 8 more than Peyton Manning. So Peyton Manning has 34 postseason touchdowns to Brady's 42 postseason touchdowns, and Brady's 26 postseason starts are the most for any quarterback in postseason history, and Brady's 18 postseason wins are the most for any quarterback in postseason history. Peyton Manning's playoff record is 11-12, under 500. Brady's 18-7. 18-7. That record speaks for itself. That's an all-time great postseason record, if not the greatest postseason record of any quarterback, percentage-wise. And what people fail to realize about Tom Brady is he has accomplished all of this in 2 less NFL years of experience than Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was drafted in 98, Brady 2000, and he didn't even get his chance until Drew Bledsoe went down to injury. Now, I know a lot of people who think Peyton is greater all time would like to argue about, well, Brady has had Belichick. And that is factual. Brady has had Belichick his whole run in New England. But my question to you is, what was Belichick before Tom Brady? When he got his first coaching opportunity in Cleveland, he only lasted 1 season as their head coach. And then he had a short tenure with the Jets that didn't go well either prior to his Patriots tenure. So really, is Bill Belichick that great without Tom Brady? Or are they both great together? My argument would be that they are great together. Yes, Belichick is an all-time great coach now, but without Tom Brady, I'm not 100% sure he would be considered an all-time great coach or even the greatest coach, which some revere him as now. And the last thing I'm going to touch on between the two, the debate of who is greater all time, is the talent surrounding both of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning throughout their careers. Tom Brady has never had a Marvin Harrison, especially for that extended amount of time that Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison were probably the best duo in all of the NFL. Tom Brady, he won his 3 Super Bowl rings with Troy Brown, David Patton, David Givens, Deion Branch, and the list goes on of players that you never heard of prior that Brady made into household names during their Super Bowl runs. And now in no way am I trying to throw shade at Peyton Manning because yes, he made Brandon Stokely into a great receiver. Yes, he made Austin Collie look good for a year. But you cannot deny Marvin Harrison is an all-time great wide receiver, Hall of Famer. Tom Brady never had that. He had that for 2 years with Randy Moss. And Randy Moss was not even in his prime at that moment. Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning were paired together throughout both of their primes, and they only came away with 1 ring. Now, all of that is not Peyton and Marvin's fault. But you cannot say Marvin Harrison, Dallas Clark, and even Reggie Wayne are not possible Hall of Famers. I know for a fact Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison are. I'm not sure about Dallas Clark, but he was a great tight end during his Colts tenure. Now, maybe that's attributed to Peyton Manning's success and his greatness. I won't say it's not. Because don't get me wrong, in no form am I saying Peyton Manning is not an all-time great. But when I look at comparing all-time greats, I look to rings. I look to postseason success. And Tom Brady has had much greater success in the postseason and in the Super Bowl, the biggest game, than Peyton Manning has had in his illustrious career. He will go down as probably one of the top 3 greatest quarterbacks of all time, as well as Tom Brady. But if I had a choice, I'd put Brady above Peyton Manning on my list. And for 1 season, or if it's 1 game, give me Tom Brady, the 18-7 postseason record, over Peyton Manning's 11-12 postseason record.